Hello and welcome to Piano Lessons Boulder. Today we will take up the slow movements of Clementi's 6 sonatinas, which are deservedly popular for their beauty and charm and at the same time their great instructional value. In the quicker movements, the first and the third movements, you learn to play your scales and arpeggios fluently while at the same time enjoying the beauty and the charm of the movements. In the slow movements, you learn to play cantabile and generally the style of how to play a slow movement. Let us start with the slow movement of the first sonatina in C. You will notice that the slow movement is in F major. That's the subdominant of C. And in the classical sonata, slow movements are often in the subdominant key of the first movement. Now, as regards tempo, he's written andante, which means comfortably slow, not too slow, but we must think of slow in terms of the beats. It's in triple time, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So at this speed, the left hand will be. So we must remember the left hand accompaniment is in triplets. So don't try to play the triplets then slowly. That will really drag the movement, you see. This becomes boring. So and so on. And in measure 8, when there is sforzando, so let's start with measure 7. Now this time I played sforzando as an accented note, but it seems a little out of place. So what else can I do? Let's go back to measure 7. So this time I lingered on that accented note half a second longer than necessary. So there's another way of emphasizing a note. One way is to strike it louder, the other is to linger on it a little bit more than its appointed time. Now in measure 21 there is a dramatic moment with the E flat. So from measure 19 we start the same way as it starts in the beginning. This was the beginning. Now we start again from measure 19 in the same way. So a dramatic surprise there on that E flat. Emphasize it and feel it. As regards the pedaling, when the harmony changes, you change the pedal, but also watch the phrase lines carefully as you pedal. Now let's move on to the slow movement of the second sonatina, the main thrust of which is to teach us to play in dotted notes. In this case, a dotted 8th note followed by a 16th note in triple time. So it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and he's written allegretto, rather fast, even though it's a slow movement, so not too slow, but relaxed. So first, if you want to learn the rhythm, you can clap it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and this is maintained through the whole movement. So there's a delightful change in the fifth measure where the tune shifts from the right hand to the left hand. So bring out the left hand, keep the right hand chords softer. In measure 9, there's a wonderful modulation to A minor. So feel the beauty of that transition, which comes as a very pleasant surprise. Let's move on to the slow movement of the third sonata in C. And here Clementi has a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note, and in the second line combines that in the same measure with a dotted eighth note followed by a 16th note, like this. Now, that's the main. It's a very short, very relaxed movement. And then let's take up the Swiss air, which is the slow movement of the sonatina in G, the fifth sonatina. He writes at the beginning air Suisse, or a Swiss air. So it's like a folk tune. And you would expect a slow movement to be andante, but he's written allegro moderato, or moderately fast. So it would go somewhat like this. So it's like a village dance rather than just a song that is sung. So I hope you will enjoy playing the slow movements of Clementi as much as the faster movements. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until we see each other next time. Thank you.